I cannot count the number of times that I said to myself how dangerous it is what I am doing right now, and that I can die right here. These times are matched only by the breathtaking moments that remind me of how far I have come. At one point in my life, I thought that my job was my obligation, that it was mandatory. Vacations were rationed and negotiated with sick days, and holidays bottlenecked me with everyone else into an exhausting traffic jam of stress. I came to believe that the person I wanted to become was for those chosen by fate, lucky individuals who had the resources and were in the right place. Yet here I was, heading to a deserted island off the coast of Brazil for 3 days, alone. I decided to defy fate. I decided to become my hero. The fact is that there are never enough resources. For our dreams, we have our whole lives, so we must learn to use what we have to grow ever closer in reaching them. This was my first time completely isolated from civilization. There was no trail home and no call for help. I was truly alone. It is a combination of such little things that adds up in the end. Even your life's biggest battles are ultimately buried beneath the ever-accumulating dust of daily struggles. I found an abandoned campground under a large nut tree and set up my tent. However, I would soon discover that location was overgrown and plagued by insects. I had to move. It quickly became evident that the inside of the island was impenetrable. It was covered by thick, thorny, aloe-type plants that locked together underfoot, and the only places free of these were on the rocky cliffs. And it was on my way there that I experienced one of those moments where I couldn't help but smile.
They were really loud before, and I was digging around for them. Couldn't find them, but they just kept talking, so... I don't know what they are, but it sounds pretty cool. Kind of like little fairies inside the grass.
What you discover when you decide to pursue a non-traditional path to success is that distances are neither quantifiable nor predictable. But what is beautiful about it is that they are limited only by our own fears and perceptions. You learn not to depend on the tangential tools that erode until they fail you, but on yourself. And if you don't give up, you are rewarded with incredible resources along the way. The campground provided one such treasure. Hidden behind a tree, I found a primitive axe. This half-moon-shaped weapon would prove so effective at cutting through the thickets of thorny bush that it opened up the whole other side of the island to me, including a campsite right near the peak where I was rewarded with a complete 360-degree view. As a result of a smashed banana, I was down at the water, washing off its sweet nectar from the fruits and vegetables I had brought with me. Passing fishermen saw me at the water, and to my great surprise, gave me a gift of 3 still living fish. And here I was, admittingly butchering the meat with my dull knife, but I was cutting myself fresh sashimi, one of my bucket list items, and making my first ever ceviche with onion and freshly squeezed lime juice.
Well, a little spring shower came through, and I'm gonna try and not be frustrated because I'm just about to get out of here, but everything is completely soaked. You can't plan for these things. Like, I don't even know where that came from. I don't know. there's more coming. But I'm soaked, so completely, like, I can't even put stuff in my pockets at this point because I'm just, and it's too cold to evaporate. I'm just gonna try and have some coffee and some food, and then pack my stuff into my bag. Damn it.
Often when you journey alone, it is easy to become overwhelmed with pessimism. That is why you must celebrate every victory, no matter how big or small.
Top of the island!
The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who do not is dedication. It is unrelenting pursuit in the face of failure. You become successful not as a victim of chance, but by overcoming the much greater probability that you won't. And you must trust yourself to adapt. To achieve our dreams, we must conquer ourselves. It is predictable when we become sad or angry, but it is productive for our goals when we train ourselves to remain focused through whatever awaits us in our journeys.